What up, YouTube? Choo choo, motherfucker! Yeah, that's what we're doing today. We're gonna get some choo choo, motherfucker. Well, anyway, all right. So trains isn't like that viable of a meta option right now. Well, it's not. It's not a meta option. It can actually hold its own against a lot of meta decks, depending on how your build is. If you're running Impermanence, then actually, yeah, you actually have a much better matchup against a lot of the meta. Because that slows down Impermanence and Ash, they'll slow down the meta builds. Impermanence will definitely take care of Thunder Dragons when you draw it, and you will want to like side roll a Lockbird, things like that. But all right, so a lot of people hate on Mystic Mine, but this is Mystic Trains, and this is a way to use Mystic Mine in a way that's actually relatively fair. Again, the card is kind of busted, but if they do anything to get it off the field, it's just like, well, you're done. Well, that's what makes the card so special. So obviously, like if you're playing against Thunder Dragons, this is kind of a backup plan. A lot of Thunder Dragon decks don't main any sort of a spell or trap removal, so you just kind of you bait out the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend or something like that, and then you put that in the field zone, then it's boom, GG, game 2. And that's when you actually have time to side out into your Droll and Lockbirds, into your Lancias, and then you actually take the victory. So really, this isn't much different than my other trains profile, but I did do some testing with this. Obviously, if you play online, players online tend to be really, really bad. There's just no way around that. Yeah. Players online tend to be really bad, but I did test it with more competitive people at my local tournament who play things, like Salamangreat, Danger Thunder, and Full Power Pendulums. And it did really well. So I took this and I beat, I went 3-1 in the day. I ended up going 3 games with Full Power Pendulum Magicians. And if I drew 1 Impermanence or Ash against that deck, I would have taken the match, but unfortunately I just didn't get very good card draw that time around. And Pendulum Magicians, they do actually have an out to Mystic Mine built into their system, and that's what's kind of weird. So that day I beat True Draco Dinos. Because that deck is pretty easily hand trapped as well. I beat them the first round. That was a full power deck. I beat Zombies. Zombies isn't that competitive, but then I did beat a Pendulum build. The Pendulum build was kind of a weird. It was an awkward match. The guy knew I was playing trade, and so forced me to go first. But Mystic Mine ended up saving the day in that match. So he was almost full power. If he had Borosword, he probably could have gotten the victory because he knew what I was playing. But whatever. Then the final round. Yes. Game 1, I just got blown out just because Pendulums, if you don't hand trap Pendulums, they just get a ridiculous board. Whatever. Game 2, I sided in everything. I got Mystic Mine up on the field, took a couple turns, and then I OTK'd him. And then the third game, I just drew none of my sides, and that's how I lost. But obviously with this build, yeah, you can do shit with this build. So if you want to... Obviously, if you don't know how trains work, you're probably not that big of a trains fan. But a lot of times my play is to get the Stampede with the Bullet Express. If I don't have double dare crane targets that I want to destroy, then I'm going with those guys because I want to get the Pegasus Stampede back into my hand at the end of the turn. So there are actually some really cool plays that you can do with this deck. A lot of times what you can do is, like, if you get Mystic Mine on the field and that's, like, your only play, sometimes that is your only play, then you can wait till you get an urgent schedule, and then if you need to actually cancel out Mystic Mine's effects, if you don't have another field spell, what you can do is you can go into Cleafort Genius, and most of the time your opponent will have at least one monster. You can go into Cleafort Genius and then target your own Mystic Mine, and then you'll be free to make your own plays because Mystic Mine will be negated for the rest of the turn. So there are a lot of creative plays that you can do with this build. So yeah, with that in mind, it's hard to get good replays online just because a lot of people online just aren't very good, so I won't show you really many replays, but I encourage you guys to play around with this build and let me know what you guys think. It should be it's really spicy, and it's something that I've had success with. A second turn deck playing a Floodgate, not that bad. It's really not that bad, guys. So hopefully you like the build. Hopefully it works out for you. And it's honestly kind of budget. Aside from the Impermanence and the urgent schedules, the deck really isn't that expensive. Yeah, it does some pretty creative plays. All right, let me know what you guys think. Peace.